Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for February the 29th through March 6th, 2016. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath. And now they just wrote OMG. Oh my God. Okay. And that's really a bit funny. Then they're showing me a tree. I get this sense, and there's a tree with a wide expansion, and then a bow appears in front of that tree, which indicates rewards. And then the word God is written. When God shows up, this means that something has been handled, meaning that whatever it is, it's done. Whatever you've been praying for, or whatever it is that you are hoping for, expecting to come about, that it's done, it's handled. And he's confirming this by writing yes, and he wants you to trust. So the thing that I get a sense of is that this is going to be somewhat of a wow week, where you will just really be amazed by the support of the universe and by what God can do. You'll be very surprised about what God can do when you allow that to happen. In that sense that you're going to see when you line up with your own source, your own inner being, well-being, that things happen. The rewards come rather easily, actually. And I get a sense that some of you are going to see that it's much easier to love yourself, to love life, to love what you do, to just focus on everything that you love as a right path to really having your desires fulfilled. And so God is indicating that there's going to be some huge changes that have to do with your life purpose, and that you're going to experience those changes immediately in this week. So be very, very open. Be very open. Receive. Keep your connection. And it shows me that by the trunk of this tree, because it's a very wide trunk, it shows me that you're going to feel very connected to everything that's going on in your life, the situations. They're showing me the witch's hat, which means you're going to feel very powerful. You're going to feel like you're just a channel for greatness, actually. And so really, some of you are gonna see the contrast of how you focus so much on your suffering and your worries to what will occur. That this will be a catalyst for you to make that shift and to stick with it. So that's also very, very good news. So for some of you, you're going to feel a little bit vulnerable to this. Some of you are going to freak out. Like, you're not going to know how to handle getting what you want from the universe. But really, it's you getting what you want because you've allowed yourself to have a desire that you recognize that you deserve. And then with that feeling of deserving comes the confidence that you begin to make the connections, that you begin to take action and listen to the guidance that is given to you. They're showing me a telephone sort of opening up here. And let me just take a moment here. And so this telephone, the sense I'm getting about that is that you're going to start either receiving clearer messages or you're going to start listening a lot better to messages that you've already been receiving, rather than allowing your your worries, your anxieties, your fears to drown out the clarity of that voice and its wisdom. And so in this week, you're just going to really have a great sense of some kind of assurance, a feeling that you're on the right path. So almost that you may get some signs to encourage you that you're on the right path. And you're going to feel more energized, less vulnerable, but you're going to almost find yourself becoming a little comfortable being in that vulnerable space where you're getting used to the idea that you deserve what you desire, and that it enables you to start to go for it, to go for what you love, to feel that oneness with the universe and with God and with all that it is, and having a profound sense of how you are, the way that you're connecting and focusing, that's allowing you to attract the things that you desire, and that you a sense of you discovering new possibilities to network or other avenues that you had not considered. So there is this sense of this unexpected variety available to you when you allow yourself to ascend to higher levels of perspective and perception. Yes, very profound. So some of you may get some really profound information. And they're writing here as well that they wrote the word same, and the thought that came through, or the energy that comes with this word, is that if you've been doing the same thing, or you've been getting something or doing something the same way, be open to something different, especially if it's not quite working, or it isn't. Let's just be honest, if it hasn't been working, then that is an indication for you to try something different, and be open to what comes to you. So don't reject the rewards that may come to you this week because it doesn't look like the way that you were expecting it to appear to you, or the way you had it envisioned in your mind when you first began your idea. So don't be rigid in any way. All right, so let's take a look at the cards, and we'll start with the Archangel Oracle card, and we have Archangel Michael here. And his message is remember who you are. And the message on the card says you are powerful, loving, and creative child. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. So there is a sense here of you stepping into your power and remembering who you are in this week. And I don't mean that it's going to be literal, but the way that the events unfold for you, you are going to have a deep connection with your spirit, with your Holy Spirit. That aspect of you is going to come up so profoundly in your conscious awareness that I think it will leave an impression upon you. an impression in which you feel more open and you feel more ready and more confident to really break free. So I'm not saying you're going to completely in this week just, um, sort of break through and have, emerge as the butterfly. This could happen for some of you for sure. But I get a sense that you're going to begin to break through the chrysalis, and you're going to get, a ray of light is just going to shine into where you may have felt, and I'm not saying absolute darkness, but definitely a sense where you just didn't know that was there, and you were perfectly happy where you were. You were aware that you were changing and things were unfolding for you, and you had this great sense, but you couldn't have imagined. And to get a peek of what that is, a peek of who you truly are, because what comes, that light that comes through that break, is that crack is going to be a complete reflection of you. It's not something outside of yourself. Sometimes when we think of the divine, and I know we all do it, and it's okay, because it's part of what helps us to aspire to want to become better and want to improve ourselves and want to live out a profound ideal of what it means to be a divine one. But you are divine. You are divine and you are holy in every way that you are right now. And in the full arraignment of your divinity, physically, spiritually, all of it, you are divine. And part of what you're going to realize is that when you do have that connection that we're all aspiring towards, that what you're going to see, what it's going to reveal to you, what it means to truly be divine, is to recognize just how abundant you truly are from where you are. You don't have to go somewhere to become powerful. You don't have to do something to be, to have an influence, or to be, that's not the word I'm looking for, but to be, to be impactful. The words escape me, but I think you sense it and feel it. You just have to allow yourself to love unconditionally, to see yourself through the perspective of your source, seeing you and everyone else as whole. When we learn to no longer see the limitations in ourselves, and when we no longer focus upon lack, then the world of experience that that's surrounding you all of a sudden turns into this magical, a very, I want to say being. It's like it's almost alive, whereas before it all looked as if it was just, inanimate. But through the perspective of source, it's all alive, it's all moving, it's all active. There's consciousness flowing through every physical part of our world. Excuse me. And this is what I really think it means to be divine. And I remember some years ago, excuse me, I had a little cough today. Let me just pause for a moment to get a drink of water. Sorry about that. But some years ago, I had left my spiritual counselor's session, and she had asked me to go out and journal. And when I walked outside, the park was across the street, and I all of a sudden this bird was just started to this starling started to just sing these this sort of like what we call it, sort of coloratura, like melodies were just all over the place, the melismas and the fast running notes. And so, and he was looking directly at me, and everybody was looking at the bird looking at me. And as I walked across the street, and the bird followed me, and I sat down under a tree on a park bench. And it was right on the street, not within the park, that I had this experience. And all of a sudden, I went into this meditative state. And when I opened my eyes, and he was just basically, I really believe, toning me. Um, when I opened my eyes, everything, the world that I saw before was so different, because now the world I saw, the color and the bricks across the street and the leaves and the tree, I saw the energy moving through it, and it was so vibrant. It was color like you've never seen before. And when I later told her about it, she said I had a paradise experience. And so that's always stuck with me. And it was interesting because to see our world through a different lens, through our source consciousness, is something that we're not expecting. And so this is what I mean. I think Archangel Michael means about remembering who you are, and that remembering will be that you will see how beautiful your own light is. You're going to see how beautiful this physical world is in truth. When we, as opposed to how we see it, and we don't even know what's better, might I add, because we're seeing it through this duality that splits our focus and dims or lessens the intensity with which life truly exists at a certain level of experience on a whole nother dimension. But it's the same place, but it's just different at that level. And I think that's part of what our ascension process is really going to unveil for us, is that not some other worldly looking place, but that who we are and what we have is really profound and beautiful and holy. And so this is a profound gift if you could just get a glimpse of this in this week. So let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. And the card that we have is balance, temperance, in the traditional tarot. And so this card, the week starts off with a sense of you, again, a sense of you finding your own inner balance, first and foremost, where you're learning, just based on what we were just saying, when you're learning to find that zone, that neutral zone, or that observer mode, so that you may tap into your observer mode, where you are not where you're not leaning towards or seeing things through one perspective of contrast, but you're able to bring a blend or integration of the contrast, and where it elevates to a divine moment for you. So if something happens where there's a discussion or an argument, or where there's a disagreement, or you're struggling to understand something within yourself, there's something that comes up for you, that you're going to have this rewarding holy moment, this divine moment, this profound clarity, where you're able to see, peek into the truth, have your own truth, your own inner beauty, or that other person's or the group of you reflected to you, the high point that you should all be, that you should be working towards. And so this is what I'm kind of getting a sense of for the beginning of the week. So just pay attention to how that light that part of your truth is going to be reflected in you and help to elevate your consciousness, where you are integrating and bringing into balance, harmony, the contrast. So don't allow yourself to get caught up in um, the sort of frustrations of something and get distracted or become anxious or fearful. Don't allow yourself to get stuck there. Take a deep breath. Seek your alignment. Seek what's right for you and what's right for everyone else. What's best for you. They're showing me the phone. They want you to pick up the phone and call upon your angels. Call upon your guides. Call upon God and ask Him to endow you with harmony, with alignment, with that inner balance, to restore that inner balance so that you can remember who you are and get a glimpse of how beautiful the world truly is, and what you're manifesting and what you're working on, and how you're working through that, where the way you can work through that, let that be revealed to you. Okay? All right, let me just take a look to see if there's any additional information with this card. And it's funny because I'm just sort of seeing 3 legs. So, and I believe that third leg is really your spiritual one. So, you may feel like you're walking, and this is God coming through right now. He's saying you may feel like you're walking by yourself, and that you're trying to balance everything out on your own 2 feet. But the third leg, like the third eye, is what it's representing, is that you're walking in with God and with the universe. That this is a trinity. You are part of the triune yourself, and so remember that, and always tap into that, to that third source or that third resource for assistance. You don't have just 2 legs, you have 3. So remember that. You don't walk alone. Okay, so let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. And we have the 10 of water. Now although this is not a major arcana card, but this is a very auspicious card in terms of just feeling content, feeling blissful, and a sense of feeling accomplished. So I feel like for the middle of the week, and I feel like throughout the week as well, but in particular, you're going to you're going to feel like in relationships, and things that are coming up, you're going to feel like you accomplished a great deal. You're going to feel as though you accomplished a lot within yourself, for yourself. You're going to, the peacemaker is the word I'm hearing here, or mediator. So people are going to be looking to you in the community, because this card also represents not just the family, but a community. People are going to be looking to you as the peacemaker, as a mediator, and be coming to you. And just know that, and this card of Archangel Michael here kind of reminds me of the Justice card, right? Except we have a torch and a sword. But you are going. People are going to come to you, and what you need to do is tap into your beautiful light and hold it up very, very high. Okay, even Archangel Michael's sword is of light. And so you're going to use the truth. You're going to use their truth and what they're ready to hear to help them to untangle themselves or sever themselves from anything that's distorting their own balance and inner harmony. Okay? Let me just tune in and see if there's any additional messages that come up in this card. And in the middle of the week, and maybe even throughout the week, people are going to be feeling a little bit vulnerable like exposed. So you gotta help them out here by not judging them, and because it's what's going on right now is a lot of self-criticism, and some of this stuff is kind of they're showing me kind of rotten teeth, which is my symbol. Teeth is my symbol for criticism, self-criticism, of being critical, but that some of them are falling out, and so this also indicates that there's a shift, very profound shift, where our own inner critic is losing face. It's losing its power. And so you don't need to worry, okay? Don't let yourself get into a place of worry here about this. Everything's going to be, this card definitely indicates that even though you may feel vulnerable, and maybe because of the way things are kind of coming up for you, that you're safe, and that your family and your loved ones, and any, and they're telling me too, I'm here, don't worry about hurt feelings, okay, when you have to speak your truth. Or if you're called upon to be the peacemaker, the mediator, don't worry that you're going to hurt. Don't worry about hurt feelings. There, it may look like it on the surface, but you're going deep. You're going deep into the depths of their waters, so to speak, of their emotional. It's going to be emotionally healing for them. Okay, and it's interesting because here the child figure has his head above the water, and it reminds me of my grandmother used to say that a little child shall lead them, but she used to quote that from Jesus. But it you're there's a sense of this innocence that, and not just being pure, but that you have this ability, that you're fearless. It's your fearlessness that is going to help others to kind of heal what's going on deep down below the surface, and help them to rise up to where you are. So you must hold your light up for everyone. You must hold it up for yourself in order for you to stay above it. Okay? Stay above it all. All right. Let's take a look at the card for the weekend. And we have so the Six of Water, and we have that kid again. So there's this card usually has to do something with childhood memories, as it says, or things coming up from our past, or relationship, or romanticizing the past, as it says here. And what I'm getting, since this kind of all came out, and just right after we just spoke about this, and this sense of being fearless. So for the weekend, I notice how his head is slightly a little bit lower. And also, if you're looking at the two cards side by side, it looks like he's looking back at himself from here, this side to this side. So what I'm really getting is that you're going to have, and look at this, and talking about balance, right? And these cards look like a balance here, where you're looking back at each other, and then there's this middle ground here. So what the sense I'm getting about these two cards is that by the weekend, you're going to have this profound reflection. Remember that's what they were talking about. This breakthrough where you're going to see your truth, and you're going to see yourself from either perspective, but you're truly going to end up seeing yourself, the holy aspect of yourself. So at first, you're going to see yourself as you have seen yourself, and then you're going to see yourself as you truly are. You're going to see yourself in the profound light of all that you have been and lived all along, how beautiful you were, no matter what choices you made. And I feel like that's going to bring you into this power that they've been talking about, elevate you to a whole new level of a position of feeling powerful. And so I just pulled the card from the bottom, turned it over, and we have the Page of Fire here. So this is going to cause for you, and here's another sort of a card of breaking through the chrysalis, right? Emerging. Here you can see him breaking through the scene of winter with his satchel of fire, of energy, desire, and creativity, right? So really fired up, bringing in this energy, and so this may bring some, as it says, news of exciting new endeavors. So this is what's going to cause for you to have this experience where you start to see your ideas or get signs of your ideas moving in the right direction. Or for some of you, could be an immediate manifestation, but the energy is moving. And because you are able to see yourself for the first time as you truly are. And this is a really beautiful, beautiful week and of experience for all of us. And I'm so profound and so humbled to be here to recognize, to reveal that this special opportunity for all of us here at this time. So, wow, this is going to be a profound week. And so just, have faith and receive. Trust that you're on the right path, and even though you may be feeling vulnerable in this week, but your emotions, as these cards are indicating, that's your gift. Okay? They help you to know where you are, what you're creating, and what you want. They give you the feedback. And so listen to the messages that are coming through your feelings in this week. So if you're looking for an angel reading, feel free to contact me at theangelschool.com, which you can find in the description link below. And if you haven't, please join us for the daily card messages on Facebook, which you can also find that link as we go into more detail and more depth. And it's just as powerful for me, all of this, as I'm sure it is for you. And so I look forward to what's coming through in the time that we're in. So sending you lots of love and angel blessings, and for a prosperous week and a week of renewal. Until next week, God bless you all.